So with a buck of beer coming up, what do you think? Do you think this is going to work, or how is it going to work?
I've seen cheap beer in the stores before, and the price is great, but quality of the beer isn't so awesome always. I don't mind paying a little bit more for decent beer, but a price break, sure, that'd be great.
Do you think that Doug can pull this off? I mean, big major corporations like, say, a Labatt's or a Molson Coors or whoever, or even your Moosehead yourself, can you see paying a buck of beer for what you're drinking right now? Like, how much do you pay?
I'd say 6 tall cans is close to 15 bucks. I'd like to pay less, but at the same time, cheaper beer usually means crappier beer.
Is it going to work, or how do you figure he's going to do this?
I think there'll have to be a limit on it. I don't think either a time limit or an amount limit, right? You know, like maybe you can only get 6 bottles for $1 each or something, right? Because otherwise it's going to cost too much money, you know, for the province. So I guess which kind of beers it's going to be. I mean, I drink Moosehead and Canadian at the bar here, and so I don't know what kind of beers it's going to be. You know.
Do you think it's going to affect the bar business if they go down to $1 a beer in a bottle or a can? Do you think that'll affect the bar business?
It could do. You got a price war going on, and it would mean they would have to have people in all the time, right, and not just the regulars. So yeah, it would be tough for them, I think.
How you doing? You're coming back with some empties. You got some empties. You got the kid with you.
Sure do.
Holiday weekend. Doug Ford's coming out with his promise tomorrow down in Picton. Buck of beer. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't know that was a campaign promise of his, but I don't know. I don't really see that it's necessary. I think it just kind of cheapens the price of beer and makes it more accessible to people at a lower income who may have a problem with it anyway. So I don't necessarily think it's a good thing or that we need it.
Doug Ford, I've been talking to some people, says he's coming out with a buck of beer. That was his big promise at the election. He's coming out supposedly with it tomorrow. What do you think about that, and how do you think it's going to work?
I have no idea how it's going to work. To tell you the truth, I really don't know what it's all about. From what I understand, maybe it's $1.25 for a beer now, and it goes down to $1. I don't know how that's going to change things.
Ford's coming out with his promise, his election promise, about a buck of beer. What do you think about that? How do you think he's going to do it?
I don't know, cheap.
How much does it cost you to get your own beers right now? Can you show me again, like you were showing me earlier?
Oh, it's $2.55 for one of these and $2 for one of these.
So how good would that be if he could do $1 each? What would you think about that?
Oh, I would really like that, but I don't think the breweries would like it.
Now, can we do something about the weed?